Okay, the Lord said he's not done with this prophecy, and he wants me to speak about the financial collapse that is coming to the United States and many other nations. This is your mortal wound. For many years, I thought, as I looked at the book of Revelation, that the mortal wound was coming to a person. But the Spirit dealt with me, and God told me, no, that's a head. Now, you're going to see the United States is going to have 7 territories, of which the first, the United States, is the mortal wound. It's going to experience an economic collapse where people think it's not coming back. It's dead. This is going to happen fast. This isn't going to be a gradual thing. This is going to be a sudden collapse of proportions we've never witnessed. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to print more money because the banks are going to try to save themselves and save the country just like they did in 2008-9. But the difference is the United States is going to bankrupt the country because the leader, which is a smart thing to say and do. When you hear this, it's going to make sense because it does make sense. He's going to say we have a robust economy. We're making trillions of dollars. Why should we be under the burden of what he's going to call stupid deals, bad deals that were made? Why should we continue to have to dig ourselves out of bad deals that were made? Now, when we bankrupt the country, in the name of getting out of the bad deals, we're no longer going to have any banks. So you're going to see that the banks go away, your debt is going to go away, and that's going to look good. In the short term, your credit card points, use them now. You won't have them shortly. You'll see when you log into your banking apps and your credit card apps, you're now seeing a disclaimer that says the FDIC, which typically protects our money up to $250,000, is only liable for that with the full faith of the United States government. You'll see that now. That just recently started appearing. So that could make you believe it's a planned collapse. Whether it's a planned collapse or it's a not, or it's not. What they don't understand is that we're not going to pay them, and we're going to create a new currency that is going to be digital, that is going to allow us to spearhead our new economy, make our money as a country, do trade with anyone else who wants to do trade without the burden of debt. It's a new financial system. You're not going to be able to get your money. This is the last season of cash. It's not going to go away quickly because as long as the banks are trying to save themselves and they're printing money, your cash is still going to be worth something. But this is the last season of cash. You're going to have thousands of people outside of banks that, and I'm asking you to ask God if what I'm telling you is true. Never take a message from someone who claims to bring a message in the name of God without asking God yourself. He will confirm this message. You're going to have thousands of people outside of banks that can't get their money. You're not going to be able to get your money. This goes back to the second horseman, where peace leaves the earth and civil war comes. I talked about that in the last video. Civil war is going to come from a multitude of things. The economic stress, the fact that the rich in this season are going to do, this is a season for the rich. This is a season for the people who have cash, which is why I told you to get liquid, sell your houses if you have equity, cash out your stocks if you have equity, because in this last season, before the currency changes, cash is going to be king. So, but that's going to go away quickly. But this last season is going to be a cash season. So if you are a credit person, if you have been strapped with credit, you're going to have a very tough time because credit is going to be gone. So when this happens, let's talk about this crypto, Lord. A lot of people look at crypto as being the hedge, but the problem is, as long as Bitcoin is owned by only a few people, there's a limited number of Bitcoin, I believe 21 or 22 million, that's all that's going to be mined. Now, that is good to create value. Limiting the actual supply is great to create value because it creates exclusivity. It makes the people who have it feel like, hey, they're not just printing this like they're printing dollars. It's a finite amount. The problem is it's only owned, the majority of crypto coins or Bitcoin is owned by a very small percentage of people. So if a very small percentage of people own the bulk of the Bitcoin, it's never going to be the backing of any currency. It could not be a currency itself. No government would ever allow a small percentage of people who, for example, held all the gold to be the backing of their currency. But what it is going to spearhead is the United States creating its own currency where it controls it. It controls it. See, it's not going to be backed by, if it's backed by gold, that's one thing. But if it's backed by, which crypto is not backed by anything. So that's very important to understand. There's nothing backing it, which is why we can see new cryptos being made, new cryptos, and then it's this crypto, and then it's that crypto. So it's a model for success. Countries see it as a model, but they don't see it as that's how we're going to do it. We're going to have our own crypto, and it's going to be our country's crypto, and it's going to have our leader on it. That's how we're going to do it. So just like there's new cryptos, Dogecoin and XRP and Bitcoin, okay, we're going to have the crypto of all cryptos, the most valuable crypto, because it's going to be tied to the most valuable economy. And that's what you're going to see. So when these debts go away, you're going to see your debts go away. It's going to look good. Oh, my car loans. Oh, the banks crashed. No one's coming to get my car. Wow, the banks crashed. No one's coming to get my house. But the problem is to transact business when the banks go away, every part of your money is going to be tracked. And when every part of your money is tracked, they're going to want to know who you are, what you do, if they view you as a threat, and they're going to want to tie that into you. They're going to want to have a profile on you. And that profile is going to be attached not to your actual, it's going to be built in you. It's going to be built into you. And someone who's really good at putting things in people, and really good at technology, and really good at futuristic thinking and engineering is going to be the one who creates that system that's going to go in you, that's going to be tied to a digital currency. And this is a person who's going to be very trusted and loved and popular, not with everyone, because no one's popular with everyone, but he's going to be viewed as a genius. He's going to be viewed as someone who can do miracles, someone who has created things that no one else has created. And this is why we should trust him. And many people will. That is what's coming. For the children led by the Spirit of God and the faith of Christ, stay with God. Stay in your prayer room. Ask God, what am I supposed to do? Look at the books of Isaiah. Look at the books of Ezekiel. Look at the books of Jeremiah. Look at the books that talk about the times we are in and what God would do, and stay very sensitive. Don't plant anywhere. Be willing to be led and moved. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. But if you're led by the Spirit, then you're going to be fine, because you'll be comfortable being led by the Spirit. You'll be comfortable moving in things that you've never moved in, going places you've never gone, that feeling like the Spirit has led me here, feeling like, knowing for sure that God has confirmed I'm supposed to go here, I'm supposed to leave here, I'm supposed to be here. My prayer for the children of God is that you hear from the Father's throne like you've never heard from it before, so that you can lead not just yourself, but anyone in your household who is open to be safe, because God has prepared a way for his children. That's what's coming. And that's all I have to say. I'll see y'all soon. I don't know when I'll be able to get back on TikTok. When I'm in another country, when I'm in another continent where it's allowed, I will check back in. And God bless you guys.